I'm Dr. Anna Georgiadis, clinical psychologist for Brent Psychology. Today I wanted to make a short video for you just to think about hope and optimism during these very difficult times. So today I wanted to think a little bit about the current circumstances, how challenging this may be for all of us, and just to think a little bit about our coping and how we can try and get through these challenging times. So, this is understandably a very difficult, uncertain time with a lot of concern and anxiety for ourselves and for our loved ones. So we know that the emergence of the coronavirus, Covid-19, has caused a lot of concern for us all, and this has led to government guidelines in terms of social distancing, shielding, and social isolation, which are not easy things to achieve, but are a necessity at the moment. So given these restrictions that are put in place, we have to think about managing our well-being, our mental health and our physical health as much as possible during such challenging times. So we're going to be thinking a little bit about the psychology of social isolation and thinking about how do we maintain hope and optimism during such pressing times. So firstly, I wanted to think a little bit about creating a new normal for now. The thought of normality might seem like a distant past from what we were doing in terms of our work, our relationships, our hobbies, our exercise. And we might worry about whether we will return to any of that normality again. And I would really like to think that we will, and that this is really a temporary phase that we're going to be going through. So in this kind of period of social isolation, being forced to stay at home more often than we probably would, we're going to have to somehow create a new normal. And what that might be different for everyone, but if there's a way to do exercise at home, if there's a way to play board games, find new TV programs, spend time with loved ones, as well as also spending time to recharge our own batteries, are going to be vitally important during this critical time. So have a think about how to create a new normal for now, and just know that we are all hoping we will return to what was once normal before. Another thing is about our emotions. We are going to be experiencing a huge range of emotions right now, which are entirely normal. This can be anxiety, sadness, disbelief, shock, maybe a sense of derealization, numbness, detachment. These are all very, very normal emotions, and the best thing we can do with our emotions is to be in touch with them, to notice them, and to ride them out. What we know as psychologists is that emotions are a big part of what it is to be human. They're telling something very important to us, and we need to listen to it. So anxiety is usually about a sense of threat and the need to maintain safety, which is all very, very relevant during this current climate. But the thing is, we have to be also aware how we cope with our emotions. We have to be careful not to use or abuse alcohol or substances as a way of coping, to kind of avoid and numb those emotions, which are actually a real big part of human nature. So not avoiding emotions through substances or alcohol, like I mentioned, and allowing them to be there, noticing them, that is fine, that is normal. And what we know about emotions is that with time, they subside. They fade, and so they don't have the same kind of intensity as we think or worry they might have. So noticing that we might have waves of anxiety or anger or disbelief, absolutely normal, ride it out. Another thing about emotions is just knowing that we are going to have such varied responses to them. People might cope with using exercise, that's fine. Some people might find it helpful talking to others. Please find a way that is healthy and safe for you to cope with your emotions. And even though all this social distancing is happening and occurring right now, and more restrictions are put on place with social connection, please find other ways to connect with others. We do not want you to feel alone, and you are not alone. Please use technology whenever possible. Try and call friends or family. stay in touch with colleagues if you're working from home, and stay in touch with friends if you're no longer seeing them at school at present. So it's just a few things about that. Now, another thing that's so important to kind of instill hope and optimism is just moments of kindness and practicing that with each other. Now, we know when people are very stressed, maybe that is the last thing we're going to be thinking about, but we really need to be holding on to those moments of kindness and kind of care that we would appreciate others show to us. So, it might not feel easy right now to do, but you can do it in the smallest, most simplest acts or gestures, like making a cup of tea for a relative, sending a text message. Please don't underestimate how valuable that can feel. And please keep demonstrating any acts of kindness or generosity or care, because now more than ever, that's going to be so appreciated. And with that, I guess, is appreciation. We might have taken some things for granted in our relatively normal world a few weeks ago. And if there are any ways of trying to appreciate either the food that we're eating, the company that we have, not only the things, but more importantly, the people that we have around us and that we still have around us during such a difficult time, please just have a moment to think about what you appreciate, what you're grateful for, and we need to be holding on to that during such hard and difficult and unpredictable times. Another thing is about connecting with nature. Now, people might be able to go outside for that walk, cycle, or jog. Take time to notice during that one time you're supposed to be doing it. Notice the greenery, notice trees, anything to do with nature, because what we know is that connecting with nature can really have a calming effect on the body, reducing stress levels and just helping us to feel more connected with the world and to enhance our well-being in the longer term. Now, if you have a garden, that's great. Try and connect with nature that way. If you're at home and you're not able to leave the home, please go by the window. Notice how the breeze feels on your skin or the sunshine. And what that sensation feels like. Try and connect with nature in any way that you can. And if you have pets, great, connect with them. That is another way of connecting with people connecting with nature to help you feel less isolated during such a difficult time. So I'm also thinking about this sense of kind of surrealness or unreality that's kind of befallen all of us. You're not alone, we're all in this together, and we have to think that we are all doing our best to try and pull together during such a difficult time. And that's through small things like social distancing, which can have an effect on reducing the spread of the virus, to thinking about the NHS workers, key workers, and everyone else that is all in the same boat. We need to be thinking of each other. We need to keep working as hard together to try and tackle this virus. And we are incredibly resilient as a population. We have gone through difficult times. This is probably something we haven't seen in a very long time, but I really hope we don't underestimate the kind of power of, strength and determination that the British people have, and that I hope we can all keep pulling together to get through this very unusual set of circumstances. So I very much hope that what was once normal will return soon enough. And this was just a short video to think about how we can be hopeful. If you do ever feel unwell and have some symptoms, or you recognize someone you care about might be having symptoms, the NHS is doing everything they can to keep people safe, and the public still need to be doing whatever they can to try and avoid the spread of this illness so we can overcome it. So I know there are going to be challenges and there are things we can't control, but the things that we can control, like the social distancing, being kind to each other, supporting each other, we have to do what we can with that, because we are so aware that feelings of helplessness and powerlessness are going to be quite profound right now. But if there is anything that we can exert control on, as I said, about all those distancing measures and trying to care for each other, even a delivery of a food parcel or medication, being kind, staying connected, even virtually. All of these small acts are going to really show as a testament to our resilience and will help us get through such a difficult time. So I just want to say thank you so much for taking your time to watch this video. I really hope you all, for yourself and your family and significant others, you stay safe, keep well, and let's hope we can all get through this together. Until the next video, take care.